All right, guys, part two, Typhom TLR stretch rebuild. Rear diff. So I have reloaded the rear diff with a million weight. You gotta be careful you don't put too much in it because it's gonna just goo out. The sun gear, is going to press into this. So you gotta leave space for that sun gear. How I do it is I have just a little screwdriver. It gets real messy, guys. Your hands are going to be. And I'll just take fluid out. Then I have this, my mom's old, I think it's a crochet needle. Not sure. And it's really sharp, made it pointy. And I'll just scrape it off. Get it into there. When I have it in there, I'll use the back side of this. Oh, sorry, guys, you can't see. And I will pat it down, so to speak, into the corners. Then I'll add more. Now I'll give this a turn. I'll try and do it on camera. Might be hard to show. I will give this a turn, and it'll take the fluid down into it. The only thing is, these are coming up. So I'll turn it for a little bit, add more fluid, push it back down, turn it, add more fluid. And you gotta just kind of guess at it as much as possible, as full as possible. And I'll push these back down because you're gonna have this poking into there. So now I did wipe off the gasket a little bit. I'm gonna try to line up the holes with the holes. Sometimes it gets a little messy, guys. It's gotta press in there. Sometimes you can see the holes or you can poke something down, but it looks like I'm lined up. So I'm holding this like this. I'm going to put a bolt in. I'm going to start it by hand. I don't want it to be cross-threaded or anything. So if it goes in, it goes in. Hopefully we're going in. I can't quite tell. Nope, we don't like that. So I'm going to take this out of here. I'm going to use my poker and just kind of line it up a little bit more. I'm going to put a bolt in and see if I can get it started. It's a little tricky and it's all oily and sticky, but it's really important that you guys do not cross thread it. Interesting. This one does not want to start. Okay, you know what? Just for kicks, we'll trade bolts, because the hole looks like it's lined up. You just play with it. It's a little frustrating because your hands are all sticky and greasy and oily, and just ignore it until you're done. There we go. I think it started. Yeah, I'm having a hard time today. Okay. So we're going to line it up again. That looks lined up to me. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get these started by hand. Once they're started by hand and you're halfway in, there we go. Okay, so that's started. Okay, so I'm halfway in. I will use my drill. I won't seat it. What I'll do, just to get it down more, and I'll stop there. Now, just like a car tire, I'm going to put this one in so that it's going on evenly. Once you get one in and going, you should be good. So we'll get it in there. Okay, now we're going to put it down. Bear with me. Sometimes you get a little bit of resistance. I'm sure there's some fluid down there, but a little is okay as long as it keeps going, but you do not want to force it because you will crack that housing. And then, well, you do it all over again, right? So start it by hand, start it by hand. Okay. Now, bear with me, guys. Oops. Not all the way. I'll stop short. Okay. Stop short. Okay. Now we're going to finish it by hand. Hope this is on camera. There we go. So I'll just snug one, the opposite side, just like a car tire, guys. I'll snug this one. There we go. And then I'll snug the rest of them. Okay. And then I'll finish the last one. Now, when they're all snug, okay, there we go. Now I will go around and go a little bit tighter. Not too tight, I'm not reefing on it, but that's about good. That's about good. You're gonna feel it with your hand when it gets really tight. There we go. Check it again. Okay, so now the diff. I like to line these up, make sure that everything does turn. Lots of resistance there, but make sure it all turns. I like to line those up. It just makes it easier to put it back together. Also, one of the things I forgot to talk to you guys about was inside here, I put a little piece of foam. I have rubber O-rings too. They work really good. Just a little bit, because the dog bones on the Armas slide around a lot. They'll be in here, and if there's nothing holding it kind of in the center, it'll come up to the edge. So I like to have things like that, have it right about in the middle. So you can play with that. It does help a lot. I don't make it bound. It can still move, but it's just not able to go to here on a high-speed run. So that's that. So now I'm going to reassemble this, put it back into the car, and put the diff cover back on, and the sway bar, and the dog bones, and the shocks, and the rear end is done. And so let me put it back together. Maybe I'll show real quick here, putting it back in, just real quick. Make some room here, guys. Okay. Is that on camera? Okay. It's a little awkward because I didn't take the bar off. I usually can tilt the rear end forward. So I know that it was on the left side. I'm going to put it back in. It's difficult for me to do. There we go. Come on, baby. Oh, actually, you know what? What am I doing? I'm sorry, guys. I got to change that bearing. There's two bearings in here. Forgot all about that. So let's do that on camera real quick. Okay. So you're going to grab your wrench. If you guys can see this, I'm going to remove, this is a little Arma cup deal. They've got a plastic cover on it. So we're going to loosen that off. Okay, that might come off now, maybe. Ooh, little bugger. Sometimes, I guess with speed runs, they get hot and things kind of get a little tight and sticky. So sometimes you may have to just pry it a little bit to get it. Come here, it comes. Okay, so we're going to move this off. Here we go. This only goes on one way too, guys. There's a flat spot there, so it's going to go back on properly. I have a magnet here. Hope you guys can see this. I'm going to grab that. There's that. Now, there's going to be two bearings. This bearing here and the one inside. The best way I found is to just kind of poke them out. It should fall out. There's that one. And we're going to poke this one out if we can. Sometimes you got to tap them out. Oh, there goes the sway bar. Okay, that's fine. So you just work it on the corners. Not too hard, just a little tap. If I can get it to stay. There it goes. Over here. There it goes, I think. Oh, no. Did it come out? No. There it comes. Okay. It's a good tight fit for that bearing, like that. So here's the old bearings. Put the old bearings away. Same process here. I'm going to clean that out with a Q-tip where the bearing sits. Clean this all out. Put the new bearings in. Reinstall this. Put this piece back on. Diff goes back in the left side. Now Arma does have a shim because you don't want the diff to be moving around. So now what I found with my experience with Armas is that they don't all require the shim. Bear with me, guys. This is going to be a little bit of a tricky bugger to get back in. Here it goes. Okay, so now you've got the differential back in the car. I like to see if I have side-to-side motion, and I do not. It's snug. If you have side-to-side motion, we want to push the ring gear towards the pinion gear, so the shim would go in this side. But like I say, there's no movement in there at all. Some cars have, some cars don't, so that's the only thing. So now the disc back in, but I'm going to pull it out again, put the bearings in, put it all back together, reassemble it, and that'll take care of the back of the car.
Power on.
This is my radio. When I reassemble this all, I'll make sure that, once again, everything's snug, tight, no play. I'll make sure that the differential and the dog bones spin freely, no resistance, no grinding. And then I'll put it back into the car. The front's a little different, so I will show that, but that's about the gist of it. That'll be rebuilt. Of course, one of the things you can do, and I might do it, is we use Simple Green. It's biodegradable, and we will, when it's reassembled, we'll spray this down and wipe it all down if it's really muddy or whatever have you. If you're doing it for a basher, you might want to do that first. I don't like working on cars that are really, really, really dirty. It's just, we speed run. That's all we do. So, but and then I'll do the front end of the car, and it's a little different just because the steering stuff's involved. But that's about it. Reassemble it. This car, of course, has no spool or ESC or anything like that, so I won't be doing the droop or the alignment. Going to be grabbing probably an XLX2 for it and a TP motor, and then go from there. But that's the gist of it. Don't be intimidated by this. You can do it, guys. It's just a matter of having the patience. If you don't remember where things go, I was putting the bolts back in place. So you get real used to it real quick. You just do them, and you know, I don't know how many I've done now for Jeff and so forth. But be finicky, be fussy. If you're not happy with something, how it feels, you know, work on it. Less resistance, the faster your car is going to go. It's as simple as that. Power is one thing, but you know, if you have resistance, you're not utilizing all the power. So, okay, guys, thanks for watching. I'll reassemble this, and then I'm going to work on the front end of the car, and I'll show you that. Okay, thanks, guys.